All right, so I'm looking at the strip for US30 right now. What I did was look on the 4 hour, you see on the 4 hour time frame, or even let me go up to the daily time frame. You can see that on the daily time frame, we have, let me click out of that, we have, we see US30 was in a downtrend, right? Once it pushed up, broke above the previous high when we looked to our left, came back down, creating an equal low. You see that these two lows are very similar. So that's giving us structure there on at that area. I'm not sure what word I was looking for there, but that gives us some sort of structure there as support. And what we can see now forming is a W. So what I have right here was, okay, pull out the Fibonacci, right? But not on the daily. I didn't do it on the daily because that would have brought me from this low to this high. And this high didn't even necessarily break this one. So that wouldn't qualify to me for using Fibonacci in this way. Not to say that someone else couldn't, but that's just not what I was doing there. So what I did was the most recent swing high and most recent swing low, brought the Fibonacci tool from that low to that high. Price retraced. We can see that it retraced into this 61% level right here. You can see it's treating that area exactly as support. It's rejecting right there at that area as support. Let me just point that out really quick, because not to be confused with this line, that was treated as an area of support slash resistance because of some area over here to the left. But it's, to me, in my opinion, is not necessarily, as precise once we get here. So while price did touch exactly at that same support area that I have, I kind of like this area that's a bit higher, just a bit more. No particular reason though, like now that I'm looking at it really, but yeah, so actually, let me take that back. I like that area a bit more when we move more into recent price because this is my 61% area. This is my 61% level right here. We see price gets near touching that area 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 times. So that's a clear, strong area of support. Whereas this area here, that's more so like, price touched here once, twice, strong rejection, still strong rejection. But that's why I placed it there. So if I would have caught this sooner, I would have tried to get an entry here. And it's iffy with US30 because you don't want to set your stop loss too far. But the stop loss would have been right around here beneath where I have my 78% level. And then I would have been tapped into the trade here. Let me go down to the 1 hour time frame just to see exactly where. So price would have pushed into this level. I think that was why I didn't necessarily do it. When I was looking at price, it looked like it was like plowing through this area. So I didn't necessarily want to just set my limit order to get tapped into the trade. Cool. So price has now pushed away from this area. And what I had was my area of entry at the 50% area. And we can see now that not only has price come to this 50% area, the price has also broken this recent lower time frame high. It's recently broken structure on this lower time frame. So this was the previous high, previous low, price has broken this high. So back to the 4 hour time frame, just to show you where the target area that I'm looking at is. So the target area that I'm looking at right now, ideally anywhere between the 0% area and the negative 27% area, anywhere between here. I do have price going all the way up to here, but to play it a bit more There's like a dot. I was trying to remove the dot, but yeah, anyway. So to play it a bit more safe, what I would prefer to do is have it at some sort of structural area from the past, like an area that's been treated as resistance strongly in the past. In the past, we have this area where price struggled to break through. So that's clearly an area of resistance. But what we also have is that price treated the line that I have marked already. Price treated that area as resistance once, treated as support here, treated as resistance here, treated as resistance here. So what I would prefer to do is set the take profit to this area here. Still giving me a 1-to-4 risk reward ratio, risking that would have been 162 points with risk with a reward of around 670, 669 point reward. So that's what I'm looking at for US30 right now. This is my trade this week. The only thing that I've traded this week. So yeah, let's see how this plays out. Like I said, strong rejection, strong support. We had the swing low, swing high for that 1 hour time frame, swing low, swing high. Price came down to this area, and now we are currently in profit. So that is all for today. And as we can see, it's currently October 13th. So yeah. Oh, and just last thing I want to add here. This is where I would prefer to take profit, but if price is going to be going in an uptrend, it would be safer to, of course, with the indices, since they move so quickly, just trailing your stop loss. And my next target would be where I have that 27% area at, which I don't know where my mouse is sticking. There we go. Which gives a 1-to-5 risk reward ratio. So, I mean, either way, this is a solid trade setup that I'm looking at, and we'll see. I'm gonna possibly be looking for taking. I took my 32% area off my fib here, but that could be the first area I begin to trail my stop loss, and the second area that I begin to trail my stop loss being at the 0%. So that's what I'm looking at for US30 this week. GBP JPY, it has been shooting up. The only pairs currently that I actively like to trade right now are GBP JPY and US30. GBP USD, listen, I had been back testing it for months, and honestly, what I look at is the fact that like I'm never going to stop back testing that pair. Like, it's a pair that I just personally want to master. But when it comes to pairs that just tend to play out well for me more often, more frequently, I would say my pairs typically are GBP JPY and US30. Like, those are just pairs where it's just like 8 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, it's going my way. It's the trade setup is happening in the way I predicted. So lots of money to be made. There's definitely no stress once you find your pairs. The other thing is, yeah, so that's why I don't mind still studying other pairs. Whereas, like I said, for those ones, my rate is typically higher. Whereas for something like GBP USD, why I love it. I love that pair. Don't get me wrong. I love that pair. But my win rate would typically be something that's more like 6 out of 10 or something like that. Or even like 5 out of 10, you know, like 40 to 60%, 40 to 60% win rate. And when it comes to a win rate like that, yes, it's possible to still be profitable. No doubt about it. Once you have your risk to reward ratio set up in a way where your wins cover your losses more often than not, or anything like that. I mean, just when you have a good risk to reward ratio, like if you have a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, you winning one time can allow you to break even for 3 different losses. You know what I mean? So there's no problem with a 40 to 60% win ratio on a pair like GBP USD. But my problem is, it's just like, if I know I have a higher win rate with another pair, I'm just gonna, like, there's so much money to be made in the markets. I would just trade those other pairs. So that's what I mean for GBP, JPY, and US30. That consistently higher win rate. There's definitely no reason to stress when it comes to the market when you know what you're looking at and you know what type of setups you're looking for and want in the market. So that's all I came on here to say. Just a quick little midweek something. I don't know how I'm gonna start continuing to share my trading journey. I definitely want to get back to being more consistent with sharing it with you all. I want to do something like going over how I back test. Like, I want to start recording my back testing trials and sharing that as a part of my journey here. So you'll be able to see, because not a lot of people do it. Not a lot of people show you them back testing. And I feel like that's important for people to be able to see, because so many people always have questions around back testing. And the other thing is, I want to be able to record my back testing trials so that I have a place to look back on when as I'm reviewing certain things within my journey. Because, you know, even though I'm almost a year and a half into my trading journey, almost a year and a half, it's so crazy to say. Even though I'm almost a year and a half into my trading journey, there are still, you know, of course, it's called a journey for a reason. You always want to reach the next level. It never feels like you're necessarily done. Or I don't want to say, not that you're not done, but more so like, it never feels like, okay, there's always something new to learn. That's all I'm trying to get at here. There's always something new to learn, and you always have to be a student. You do. Otherwise, how else can you grow? So yeah, that's it for today. Let me know what you guys think, or let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.